Really, our focus is the southeastern sections of Marion County, and then, of course, the confirmed tornado warning still in effect for Bloomington and just west of Nashville. Sam, let's check in with you.
Well, guys, we are safe here at the fire station, Station 29. We did take shelter in one of the closets here as that storm passed over us. Again, we are so close to the Marion County Airport, just east of that airport. That storm has now passed us. You can see the lightning show going on here behind this still as this moves closer to the campus of Indiana University. The firefighters here at the department actually got calls. They've gone out of the department now. We're hearing more calls come in. Still no confirmed reports of damage as this storm continues to move through Monroe County. But of course, we'll continue to stay here. We are safe at the fire department. More to come here in just a few minutes. You can see what's going on here behind us. Still as this moves to our east. We'll keep you updated.
Thank you so much, Sam. Glad you and your crew are safe. And we said it, fire department, first responders, they're going to be the first out the door on a night like tonight to assess any damage in the community, help any folks that might be dealing with that damage, trees, power lines down, that sort of thing. And that's the reason preparation is so important. Sam was part of a big meeting we had here at the station ahead of today's severe weather. And it's that kind of preparation that we encourage you and your families to take in the event of severe weather. I know it's the end of February. We shouldn't be tracking storms like this, but proof we can get severe weather and tornadoes in any month of the year in central Indiana. So it's always a good idea to keep that preparation top of mind, especially when we know in advance that severe weather is coming. Reason we went weather impact alert day for today a couple of days ago. Confirmed tornado warning. The worst of the rotation is now pushing just east of Bloomington. It is headed into Lake Lemon. I'm going to go even closer. So we're going to be concerned with the area Hoosier Acres, New Unionville, Woodville Hills, Belmont, and then north of there into Unionville. So this is going to be that area in between Bloomington. For now, just north of Lake Monroe. Here's Lake Monroe, here's Bloomington, and the rotation is now just east of Bloomington and headed east just south of Lake Lemon, and right now looks like it's going to move right toward the Nashville area. So if you live in Nashville, in Brown County, this storm is moving in within the next 15, 20 minutes or so. So we encourage you, even though you're on the edge of this confirmed tornado warning, to go ahead and be prepared to take shelter as this storm approaches. That is the confirmed tornado warning. Elsewhere, we've got one sliver left of the severe thunderstorm warning until 7:30 for the southeastern section of Marion County. Really intense storm now pushing just northeast of Beech Grove. This is headed into Lawrence, east side of Marion County, heads up New Pal and Greenfield. Fortville, this one complex of rain and lots of lightning, maybe a little wind and hail as well, tracking off to the east and will impact northern sections of Hancock County, southern and southeastern sections of Hamilton, in addition to the eastern part of Marion County. It is a little more stable the farther north you go, dealing with heavy rain, maybe some small hail out a few of these thunderstorms, but obviously our main concern continues to center around that confirmed tornado warning in effect for the eastern sections of Monroe County and into portions of western Brown County. I do want to switch the radar up. What we're hoping for is we've lost daylight. We've had some storms already. So what we see across Illinois, we hope it weakens, but we've got to keep an eye on it. Just southwest of Terre Haute, additional storms that have prompted tornado and severe thunderstorm warnings at this hour. So we anticipate that we've got several more hours of severe weather coverage, especially if the storm that is in Bloomington now, or just east of Bloomington, continues to hold together. Obviously, Sean, this is the one that we have been most concerned with over the last couple of hours. We started tracking it late this afternoon, early this evening.
Yeah, and so at this point, and they just now shaved off the backside of the polygon here. At this point, it's exiting the core of Bloomington. Rotation is still a little close there to the IU Health Bloomington Hospital right there off of 45, but it's going to encounter less homes and more forest as it moves east. Rotation is weakened a little bit for now. We will stress that that does not mean that it's done. This thing likely will continue to cycle as it's by itself on the southern fringe of all this. I'm going to take the radar back. And if you've been watching our coverage here this evening, you know that Samantha Johnson has been in Bloomington at the Monroe County Airport, which is west of Bloomington. And I want to take this thing back, and you'll see that, and they measured a 70-mile-per-hour gust. So this went right across IU's campus in Bloomington. It's going to be a combination of a couple of things. Wind damage, whether it's tornado, and hail. Large hail, we know that for a fact. Show you the radar velocity from earlier. That's when they had to up the language on the tornado warning to make it what we call a PDS, particularly dangerous situation tornado warning, as it was moving into Bloomington there. And you can see that the rotation not necessarily as tight as it was. Good news for now. I would love to say it's going to stay that way. We just can't. So this tornado warning continues west of Nashville for the time being. So this polygon, again, is over it's a lot of forest area. Speaking of Samantha Johnson, I want to get down to her. She's going to give us assessment, unfortunately, of some damage. Sam.
Yeah, just a little bit, Sean. I'm able to step out of the fire station now for the first time. I'm going to turn this around so I can show you a little bit. Up here, we have a few shingles that have flying off the side of this building. This safe place sign, if I can show you, it's dark, is totally bent up. This side of it is torn. And then if you take a look at the flags behind us, I know it's dark, bear with me. These flags were not torn like that when we got here earlier this evening.
If you are
I can tell you
the
temperature is significantly colder than when we first were here earlier this afternoon. It's also still very windy, but I can now see the stars above us. So we do have a clear sky now at the Monroe County Airport here at the fire station, but it's still very dark. Obviously, debris is now a concern, and we do have a little bit here at the firehouse. So we'll keep you updated as we learn more.
Okay.
That's scary, Sean, or Sean and Sam, to have those flags not be torn when you get there, and what you just showed us. Glad you're only taking a few steps out because, as Sam mentioned, it's dark. So first responders that are going out now to assess damage are doing so in the dark. So we encourage you, if you don't have to be out, don't, because it's going to be very difficult to see trees down, power lines down, and from
Well, you can see, folks, I'm pointing the camera outside. It's dark tonight.
They have gone tornado warning instead of confirmed. At this point, doesn't really matter. Nashville, Nineveh, Columbus. Remember, we were giving you the early heads up into Bartholomew County that this storm is coming your way between now and about 8 o'clock. Nashville, it is approaching quickly, and tornado warning. This is a new one that's going to include the eastern sections of Brown and a good part of Bartholomew, and that's going to go until 8 p.m. Southwest Shelby County also included in the new tornado warning. Intense storm just south of Lake Lemon. If this one is still rotating, that is just north of the Belmont area, near Unionville as well. And this is going to continue to move off to the east. Annandale Estates, Nashville, Town
I really
Hall.
don't
So
think
be
they're
familiar
feeding it
with the
enough.
heart
I
of
think
Brown
we should
County.
get planes
You
out
are
there and
next.
feed
Come out
this
just
thing
a little bit,
more.
and we'll put that tool that we did, kind of that measuring
I
stick.
think we could be
When
seeding
the
it more.
rotation was just a couple miles
we
away
need the
from the
rain.
Bloomington
We need the
area.
rain.
So right now it is about 6 miles away. if this one is still producing a tornado. We have
It
to
is, sweetie, don't
assume
you worry.
that it will, even if it's
doing
not
what it
at this point.
programmed
We
to
have to
do.
assume that it still has that potential to produce a tornado. And now that rotation is just 6 miles away from Nashville. So safest part of your home, that's going to be the lowest level away from windows and doors. Most likely some large hail from Lake Lemon to just west of Nashville, and then the rotating part of the storm that has prompted a new tornado warning
Well,
for parts
folks,
of
if you
Brown
are at
and
Lake
Bartholomew
Lemon
counties until
or
8
near
o'clock this
Nashville,
evening.
Bunker
Nineveh,
Down,
you're included in the new tornado warning. Clifford,
we got
Columbus,
some storms coming through.
just so this is going to be
We
just
also
south
have
of
some
Trafalgar,
storms up here up
and then
north,
just east
but
of
they're not
Nashville.
too
So in
bad
that
right
area
now.
in between
We'll
Nashville
be all right
and
up here.
Columbus, a new tornado warning until 8 p.m. As we heard from Sam, there is damage in Monroe County. First responders are out. We will be getting the latest information from her, but also knowing that it's dark. So it's going to be
Well,
our
it
crew.
is dark out
We
tonight,
encourage
I'll tell you
safety
that.
first
I can't
to make
even
sure
see
that anytime they go out and look
the
for damage,
houses
that it
across
is
the
safe to do
field.
so.
That's how dark it is tonight. Look at, usually we see all kinds of lights out there. Can't even see them tonight.
A tornado watch for you, Greenfield, very heavy rain, some wind, some hail
Yeah,
associated
we
with
got
that
her
one as it
cooking
moves
pretty good.
out of
I
the
think we
eastern
should have
sections of
seeded a
Marion
little bit
County
more.
into the western sections of Hancock County.
But it's
Additional
good
rain and
enough for
storms
end of
below
February.
severe limits for you, Frankfort,
Little taste of
Lebanon,
what's coming
Sheridan,
this summer.
Tipton,
Get us
Zionsville,
ready.
and Brownsburg. Really the focus, and we thought this would happen, at least according to the Storm Prediction Center. The real focus for tornado producing storms is going to be along and south of I-70, and that's where we've had tornado producing storms already this evening, and that threat does continue. I want to come out just a little bit because we have additional tornado warnings and a new confirmed tornado warning. This is near the Effingham area in Illinois, very close to where we had the initiation of storms earlier today. So Sean, it's going to be interesting to see how these hold together as they move on a very similar path to the cell that has prompted tornado warnings, and we know has been a confirmed tornado that moved through Bloomington.
Yeah, and I tell you, one that I'm watching closely that I'm getting a little concerned about is southeast of Indianapolis. We may have to turn our tower camera in that direction if we have a moment, but I've circled this area. I want you watching this closely if you're in Morristown, if you're in New Pal.
I would be worried about
Technically not
Indianapolis
under
too.
a warning right
Because
now,
maybe
but you're
this
in a
whole
tornado
storm was
watch.
designed to do some
And
damage in
the reason
Indianapolis.
that it's caught my attention is that the rotation to me is tightening up a little bit. So I would not be surprised if this trend continues, and we need to watch this thing. Hancock, Rush County, Northern Shelby County. Either way, stay with us on this one. And it's been showing a hook on the radar here.
I know what it's showing. We're
That's
with you.
heavy
We're
rain,
watching.
hail there that's over New Pal and
Let's get a beaver tail
Carthage
going here.
Estates, or excuse me, Carriage
Have to let
Estates.
us know. We'll throw
And
some
this
more planes
is
up there and
moving just to
we'll,
the east
we'll do some more
northeast
seeding.
of Pleasant View.
Get the results we
and
need.
I-74.
Get them out there in
south,
the state
1050
over.
north.
Have them start
I don't like the
seeding out
looks of
there.
that one right now. So again, that's within the tornado watch. And then obviously the big supercell that's over south central Indiana, now getting into Brown County, and that one's heading east toward Columbus. If you're in Columbus, you should just be in your safe locations until we can give you the all clear on this one. It's not immediate, but it is very possible that this the rotation with it could strengthen as this supercell cycle. So we've got a couple of different areas that we're focused on here. Still some time. It's over Nashville now. You got some time in Columbus, and let's put a track on that. Moving due east here. And I do know that we're noticing, it's not a surprise, but we are noticing the power outage numbers increasing over Monroe County. So Columbus, by the top of the hour, if this holds, hope by 8:11, Nineveh 7:45. You're going to be in the rain and thunder before that arrives here. It's going to be that southern portion that we'll watch for potential rotation there, Angela. So couple of cells that I don't like the looks of just yet.
Yes, and the one that you pointed out in southeast Marion County, that was the one that moved across Morgan County and did at times prompt a tornado warning because of that rotation that Sean just pointed out. We want to head back down to Sam Johnson and her crew in the Bloomington area. There's been reports of some damage, and Sam, you've seen it now firsthand.
Yeah, to the front of the fire station where we took cover when that storm blew through, and now on the backside, forgive me if it's noisy, the fire station right now is running on a generator because this area is pitch black. But right outside the fire station door, this was not here before the storm. Neither was this. It may have been in the parking lot, but it was not right outside the door. So that is a test of how hard those winds were blowing when they blew right over the Monroe County Airport, which is back here. It is dark back there now. The fire station, the fire crews have now gone out on multiple calls we have heard here in Monroe County. We're not going far because, as you can see, it is pitch black. So we're going to stay here, stay put, stay safe, as Angela and Sean have been mentioning to all of us, of course. But even just steps outside the door, damage. So we'll continue to keep an eye on things and check in with emergency crews here in Monroe County and let you know as soon as we hear more.
All right, little
Yeah, I'm
lady.
glad to know that you
stay
and your crew are safe down there,
It's gonna
Sam.
be a humdinger
And that's
for a
important, as
couple
she said,
weeks here
they're
in
dealing with power
America.
outages, so it's dark as far as she can see,
Darker
and it's
than
just
dark.
simply not safe to get out and try to assess damage. Obviously, if you have damage, you're going to want to contact somebody in your county to help you, and that's what first responders are trained to do, and that's what they're out doing tonight. Late February severe weather event. National Weather Service will be out in the coming days once it's safe, once we have daylight to assess the damage. Was this straight line wind? Was it associated with the tornado? From everything that we've seen on radar, there was rotation. We had confirmation from emergency managers in Monroe County of confirmed tornado. It was spotted. So anticipating that that's the kind of damage that unfortunately we're going to see across parts of Monroe County. Tornado warning continues. Oftentimes we see this with supercells, individual storms like this, where they develop, rotation weakens a bit, so heads back up a bit into the cloud and then drops again, produces another tornado. So reason the National Weather Service is continuing the tornado warning for the rest of Brown County into Bartholomew County. You have a few minutes, Columbus and Nineveh, before the rotating part of this storm gets into your area. Hope you will be next. So we're expecting this to move from Nashville into Columbus in less than a half hour. So we encourage you to be in the safest part of your home, away from windows and doors, and let this storm pass you by, because we know, we've seen it with Sam, big debris that wasn't in the parking lot that she actually sees in the parking lot now. Safely just doing a few steps with her and her photographer to show us some of the damage that she's seen. She will have a full report on Channel 13 coming up at 11. Our severe weather coverage continues due to tornado warned storms approaching Nashville and Columbus. And this cell that Sean has been keeping a very close eye on, that if it is rotating or producing some strong wind, it is right over New Pal right now. This one is moving east. We've been talking about you, Greenfield, Morristown, just south of Fortville. So in this area, along I-70, along Highway 40, and now just to the northeast of I-74. So impacting northern sections of Shelby, southern parts of Hancock, eventually into northern Rush and the southern sections of Henry counties. One of a couple of storms that are at least showing signs of rotation. The one warning we have left is a tornado warned storm that is in Nashville right now, pushing east toward Columbus. It will be into Bartholomew County before we reach the top of the hour, expecting it into Columbus just before 8 p.m., just after 8 p.m. into Hope, and we'll wait and see how all of this holds together. Pretty impressive storm that we've been tracking now for the last several hours. It was confirmed tornado warning in southeast Illinois, moved through Sullivan County, moved through Greene County, moved through Monroe County, and is now over Nashville, headed into Columbus at this hour, with still that potential to produce a tornado. Also interesting to see in the tornado watch across the state line, we've got a couple of additional cells that have developed out of southeastern Illinois that have gone tornado warning or confirmed tornado warning at this hour. So unfortunately, we continue to monitor what is reported in every month in central Indiana. And honestly, no surprise. We had record high temperatures yesterday, and we knew we were tracking this big storm that would dramatically change our weather pattern, and all the ingredients kind of coming into play for severe storms.
Yeah, and power outages continue to go up here. I was just checking; they're getting close to about 1,000 there in Monroe County. Let me see the latest check. Yeah, close to 1,000. That number likely will go up here. May see an expansion on these warnings. So we've got two supercells, and remember, the cells are the ones that have the greatest chance of
All right. It looks like they're getting hit on the west of us. I think we're going to be all right here. I think we might get some rain, but nothing major. I think everything's going to stay down south. That's major, all the major tornadoes and everything. They just didn't seed enough, it looks like. It was almost there, but, and that's the power of what we've learned with weather and everything, is we can create weather. We can also take weather away. Right now, a lot of people don't realize how far our technology has come, but weather is nothing. You can shoot a rocket up in the sky and create lightning with just shooting a homemade rocket or whatever. And when you seed and you don't seed, depending on where you're at, the temps and everything like that, it'll take off. So she'll recycle and build back up somewhere. Dump another tornado or two or something. So it looks like they got snow, big time snow out west here. Let's move the map a little bit. Oh yeah, it looks like they're getting some good snow over here. And they might get some more. You might get some more tornadoes up there in Illinois, and we might get a little rain where I'm at, but I think we're in the clear pretty much. But around us, havoc, snow, ice, tornadoes, sleet, high winds. I think they last reported winds down south in Indiana were 70, 80 miles an hour. So a lot going on, folks. We got a lot going on. I got rumors that something real big is going to be happening in America. It's going to take everything off of the Epstein thing, probably, and Guthrie case or whatever. This is very crazy, almost warlike, what's going to be happening in America. It's horrible, but it's got to be done, I guess. If we want any of our stuff returned or souls back or whatever. But yeah, it looks like we got a tornado down south, a couple of them. And we had one in Illinois, looks like. And, we're going to get some rain and some thunderstorms. That's about it here. Nothing major where I'm at. All right, let's go back to, a lot of people are complaining about planes at night up there and everything, but that's what them planes do, folks. They monitor weather, they seed, they de-seed, whatever it takes. If a storm gets too violent, you got to break it up. So
Let's get into the tornado warning. Now, this is a different type of tornado warning compared to when it was moving through Monroe County, when that was elevated to a what we call a PDS tornado warning. This is a radar indicated rotation tornado warning. That means you still get in your safe areas until this thing moves through, and just know that at any given time, this thing could produce a tornado. I haven't seen anything just yet. I'm going to double check. And we are unfortunately, and not a surprise, but we are starting to get some damage reports out of Monroe County. So sounding like in our cruiser, we've got Samantha Johnson down there, but we're going to probably get more and more damage reports, but it sounds like around I-69 and State Road 48, some damage to a building there that has lost its roof. So that we're going to get more and more of those reports. It's dark, so it's going to be hard to see some of this. But let me give you the latest on this. So if you're in Nashville, you should have been in your safe spot a long time ago. Show you the radar indicated rotation that's prompted the tornado warning with this, as it's moving just about to get out of Nashville and going through Brown County State Park. That sounds familiar, doesn't it, Angela? I'm telling you, this rotation has taken a very similar path to the one that we had last year. I mean, almost identical in terms of the core of the rotation, almost taking an identical path here. So if you live west of Columbus, you know exactly what we're talking about. There's Stony Lonesome, there's Bethany, there's along State Road 46. So this is moving your direction. We just got a new updated radar scan. So that's not like crazy tight circulation, but it's enough to keep this warning going, and that warning will go until 8 o'clock. If you're farther north in the northern portion of the polygon there, that's going to be more of the hail core, and that'll be Nineveh, Sweetwater Lake. I would get ready for some hail. Very likely you're going to be hail. The rotation may stay just to your south as this is moving due east. So that's going to put more of I-65 near Columbus.
This is a little taste of what's coming
this thing
this
holds
summer.
Together. And then before I get it back to you, I want to take one more quick look.
Yeah, they did go warning on that severe thunderstorm.
So there you go, severe thunderstorm warning. Now they tag it with tornado potential. Let me double check on that. Severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah. Either way. We told you this, so there's Knightstown, there's Carthage, there's Morristown. It does technically include New Pal. It definitely includes Greenfield. You're in the hail core right now. This is also moving due east. And let me just take a quick gander at the velocity signature on that. Yeah, so it's broad rotation, but it is rotating. But yeah, severe thunderstorm warning until 8:15.
Okay, so that's the new information on that. The other supercell that Sean's been keeping an eye on. So we've got that one, severe thunderstorm warning until 8:15. We've got the tornado warned storm coming out of Nashville, headed into Bartholomew County. Anywhere between Franklin and Columbus, we encourage you to be in the safest part of your home, lowest level away from windows and doors. As
well,
this
I'll tell you what,
is,
it's dark and it's foggy out there.
As we track the storms and then see the damage that happens behind it. And she only took a couple steps out of the fire station where she took shelter to find big things that weren't in the parking lot that all of a sudden are in the parking lot. So
Woo doggy. She's moving pretty fast. She's definitely moving fast. She ain't got enough time to build. It's moving so fast.
of Shelby as well in Morristown. So just be aware we've got a severe storm, tornado watch. Oftentimes these storms can pick up rotation. That rotation can tighten with little to no
until
warning.
they kill that
So we
witch
encourage you to treat
Angela
that
or
one
whatever
as
her
if
name
it
is. This
could
will
produce a
continue.
tornado. Elsewhere, a little more stable the farther north you go. We simply have heavy rain.
Her and her
Can't
pimp.
rule out some small hail, lots of lightning with some of these cells. Logansport, Kokomo, Peru, Wabash, Marion, Hartford City, south to Muncie, Alexandria, Tipton, some heavier rain. Eastern Clinton County, that is pushing just east of Frankfort right now. And we've got a cell east of Lebanon as well. So heads up for you, Whitestown, Zionsville, some of the heavier rain moving back in. You've got heavy rain in Brownsburg, heavy rain on the east side of Indianapolis, and then up Interstate 69 through Madison County, up toward Hartford City. And there's that severe thunderstorm warning for.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, get used to this. This is going to be the new thing in America. Our storms are going to get a lot bigger, badder, worser. All compliments of Kramer and Hadley Corporation. And that's what we do, right? I mean, Trump's all over the internet, right? I stole that shit, right? That's what I do. That's what I do. Well, we stole your country, your technology and everything, and now are using it against you in the court of law or whatever. Who knows? We're weaponizing everything from what Trump said. So could this have been a better storm? Yes, I think we should have continued to seed down south and it would have turned into something bigger. But now we know the technology works and we will continue to use it more. And we also will rely on God and the volcanoes erupting and earthquakes to create that changes weather too. But till then, we know now that seeding and other devices work to create storms, and we are on our way. Well, we're on our way now. You might as well clear a spot at the UN for me, because we got weapons, nuclear, and now technology to create our own storms. It's unbelievable. And the movie goes on. And the movie goes on. That's right. One heck of a movie.
It's got some hail with it. That's going to be closer to the Nineveh area and just south. So that's one storm that we're keeping an eye on. Martinsville, you're back into some heavy rain, along with Spencer, not reaching severe limits. And then the area in Hancock County. So this is Greenfield. You still see that little hook. So we're still watching this one very closely as it pushes off to the east. Severe threat will stay just south of you, Anderson, just south of you, Pendleton, but you're into the heavy rain, and anywhere near and just north of Greenfield could be in that hail core as it approaches Knightstown, Newcastle, eventually into Cambridge City. Stays just north of you, Rushville and Shelbyville, but impacting the northern sections of those two counties. So that's the setup. We still have a tornado warned storm until 8 p.m. So our coverage will continue through at least that point. And Sean, I'm curious about your thoughts about the storms that are redeveloping across parts of Illinois. As far as the fact that we've lost daylight in relation to that wind activity that we were tracking earlier today.
A couple of things. The wind field is still very strong. And I believe they're going to they're probably going to extend the tornado watch beyond 9 o'clock because of the strong wind field. So it's kind of a unique setup. We do know that we're getting more and more damage reports out of Bloomington. Not a surprise, but you hate to hear it. We know, I just talked to our producer, Samantha Johnson's going to get out into a neighborhood. There's some roads down there that are impassable because of trees being knocked down. Again, not a surprise. So we look at this tornado warning that continues. Nashville, you're fine now. You are out of the severe with this particular storm. Columbus, you are not. The rotation's not crazy tight, but it is the strong wind field is moving toward you. So you should be in your safe location until this can get cross over your location. Your tornado warning, which is radar indicated rotation, continues until 8 o'clock, and that may need to be expanded a little bit. We'll show you the radar, and this is the cell. This is the one. This was the long track that started in Sullivan County, which also sounds very similar to last year, and it's gone all the way now into Bartholomew County. So this is a long track supercell with a persistent updraft that's keeping this thing going. So we've got that on our hands. Technically, for another 10 minutes, we'll see if they expand that tornado warning to go farther to the east. Certainly a possibility. Even without the wind issues, there's large hail that's going on. And then we have this severe thunderstorm warning within a tornado watch. So it's possible that sirens could be sounding within this polygon, depending on the area. Let's show you the radar. It does have rotation. That rotation now just to the east of Greenfield. Okay. This is going to be just northeast of 52. They're near Westland, and this is moving into Carthage, moving toward Carthage, moving toward Knightstown. Go ahead and, if you can, get into your safe location until we can give you the all clear on this one. And as we've been saying, there's our shear detector. When we get that red, that strong wind shear, that's indicative of likely going to be doing some damage as it moves through Westland.
Yes, and we're getting, you've been passing along some damage reports, and I'm going to pass along damage reports. Keep in mind, these are reports, not confirmed at this point. It's going to take emergency managers, first responders to get out and assess some of the damage, but we're hearing that a roof, most of it could be gone on a Fifth Third bank on 3rd Street. Again, this is loose reports coming into the newsroom, but just backing up the fact that, yes, we do have some damage in Bloomington, and no surprise that the fire department that Sam sheltered with is now out on calls in the dark, trying to make sure the community is safe, assessing damage. When we get to dealing with trees and power lines down on some of those smaller country roads, Sean said it, they become impassable. And you can't see that when it's dark. And, you know, we're at the end of February.
I'll tell you what, it's darker than dark out. Thank God we went lights out in this little town, so just in case they were trying to bomb us. Lights out everywhere. Yeah, it looks. I think we're all good up north here, folks. I think we seeded in the right spot. We might get a little bit of rain, but that's about it.
to the east at about 35 miles per hour. It would take it across the northern half of Bartholomew County and then into Greensburg
All
between
right,
now and about
folks. I think
8:30,
that's pretty
8:40 or
much
so.
it.
While we're here, we can do a
You
track
might
to
have some
to kind of
tornadoes in your
confirm
neck of
that
the woods.
we'll do. I'm
Maybe some thunderstorms, whatever, but you'll be okay. Everyone will be all right. Shout out to this newscast lady. I don't know if you're married, but me, yeah. If you are, forgive me, Lord. I shouldn't be saying that about a beautiful woman, but then again, we are creating new women in labs right now, ones that keep their mouth shut and don't practice witchery and sorcery. Yeah. We're creating a whole new race right in a lab. Now, what's going on outside in my neck of the woods? It's darker than dark. Hopefully, everybody's blacked out. We got a lot going on around here and everything. Everyone wants to know, even the government, police, what's going on? Shut up, get out of here. It's none of your business. Mind your business. But other than that, we're looking for bad guys on YouTube. Everyone thinks, Ernie Shell is gone. Everything's back to normal. But folks, there was many Ernie Shells, and there was many, many people helping and doing things. So, it ain't over. And we continue this mission in America. Keep going, keep pushing on. The movie is going fine. It's going great. God bless America and everything and all that good stuff. Hunker down. It might get a little bit windy and wet out there. You'll be all right. Just a couple tornadoes. Nothing major. Small F1s, maybe F2 if that. What did we learn from this? Well, we can create weather and how far to seed. We've learned a lot this past couple days with this experiment. Of can we bring destruction from above without pulling the trigger? Yes, we can. We will until justice is served for me and all mine, God's people and everybody, and my health is returned and all my money and properties and all that. Till then, get ready. We got some good storms coming for 2026. Scheduled that are on schedule. We got volcanoes coming. We got earthquakes, all kinds of stuff coming. All glory goes to God. Amen. And it's blacker than black. It might be more blacker than Arizona. But am I in Arizona already? In the mountains? Maybe. Maybe. It's possible, maybe. But everything seems to be going pretty good, hunkered down. I wish you folks would shut your mouths, but that ain't going to happen. So now we got no choice but to create tornadoes, hurricanes and everything, and all kinds of stuff. Well, I don't care no more. No one cares no more, Lord. No one cares no more. We're done with Karens. Now, you folks have a great night. God bless. We will be back with more content. We're waiting to see what happens in the Nancy Guthrie case. Let's take a look at the weather one more time before we leave. Boy, I want to thank the Lord because I was feeling pretty good a couple of days. Thank you, Lord. But I know we can't conquer worlds and countries without a little pain. And we're going to continue pushing forward in America and on this earth, one person at a time. And that's what we're dealing with, folks. My radar radio is going off, but I put it on silent. I think we're going to be okay up north here, folks. Just keep an eye on the weather. This is normal if you live up north. Everybody's shocked because we got tornadoes in February. I'm shocked too. But I got news for you. We're going back to the Cove. You've been watching the Johnny Kramer Music Movie Channel. One of the greatest channels ever on YouTube. If they wouldn't have blackballed me, shadow blocked me, and hacked my channel and everything. Be seeing you folks on the battlefields of the United States of America. This is the new war. Being able to control the weather, satellites, hacking devices, all kinds of stuff. Hunting down YouTubers. You folks have a great night. God bless. And I'll be back with more content soon.